A Minnesota-based nonprofit organization has been pairing man with man's best friend for 27 years to help those who need assistance. Canines of New Hope has been offering assistance dogs to people with disabilities free of charge. Community Close-Up's Jordan Rylance explains how a woman is welcoming a canine into her home and her heart.
A 4-year-old black poodle named Fred loves playing ball, eating treats, and hogging the camera. But Fred is much more than a companion to 29-year-old Stephanie Anderson.
You know, I have hearing loss, and I found it to, very scary to be home alone when my husband wasn't here. And I wanted that security and that safety that comes with having a dog here,
But the world hasn't always been so quiet for Stephanie.
I got sick with meningitis, could hear one day, next day I couldn't.
Stephanie began losing her hearing at the age of 12. A cochlear implant has helped Stephanie with her hearing loss, but her 4-legged friend has brought her independence.
I was always nervous about the fire alarm going off in the middle of the night or someone knocking on the door and I wouldn't notice. So I decided to apply for an assistance dog to kind of fill that gap in my hearing loss. What is it? Freddie, what is it? Oh, good boy.
Fred has been specially raised and trained to help Stephanie identify noises she has a difficult time hearing.
What? Oh, is someone here?
That training came from Canines, a nonprofit organization in New Hope dedicated to enhancing the quality of life for people with disabilities by creating mutually beneficial partnerships with specially trained dogs. Founder and executive director of Canines, Alan Peters, found himself in his 30s looking for a career change.
Started looking for a way to combine my interest and my love of dogs with that goal of giving something back to the community, and discovered that there was a need for hearing dogs here in Minnesota, but that nobody was training them locally, and consequently there was no way to get one if you were deaf or hard of hearing here in Minnesota. So it was with that in mind that I started the organization, and we've built it up since then.
Canines certified their first assistance dog in August of 1989. Then in 2007, the organization became a fully accredited member of Assistance Dogs International to ensure the dogs were meeting the highest of standards. Canines provides mobility, hearing, seizure, autism, and diabetes assist dogs. Each animal is specifically trained to understand how they can help those living with disabilities, like Leslie Flower's son, who has cerebral palsy and lives with a canine.
I wanted to give back. I wanted to let other people have this opportunity that my son did. And so we started puppy raising, and we got super involved very quickly. At one time we were raising 3 dogs for the program at the same time.
Making life more livable is something Canines prides itself on, using dogs to give back independence to children and adults.
So if somebody's at the door knocking, you take them to the front door. If the phone's ringing, you take them to the phone. If it's a smoke detector, they lead them out of the home.
These dogs are also lifesavers, literally. The diabetes assist dogs are trained to smell the breath of a diabetic and determine if their blood sugar is too low. And autism assist dogs will lead children away from danger.
Good boy. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Dee Hollerud is a puppy raiser. She cares for the dogs in her own home until they are ready to be placed with a new owner.
There you go. Hardest part is the part of giving them up. And everybody says, how do you do that? How can you give them up? Well, it's really hard, but then you get to go to graduation and see who he got matched with and how they changed lives.
Stephanie Anderson's life is changing in a big way, thanks to Fred and a baby who will be born later this month.
Well, I'm hoping that we can train Fred to respond to the babies, so when I can't hear, for example, middle of the night cryings, Fred will let me know, and he'll just tap me, let me know that the baby is making noise and I gotta go respond to that.
Canine dogs would cost a client about $25,000 after training. But the organization places every dog free of charge.
There's no way we could have afforded a $25,000 dog. There's just no way.
But since its inception, Canines has placed nearly 500 assistance dogs throughout Minnesota, giving people like Stephanie some solace in an otherwise silent world.
He's so needed, and he's added so much to my life.
For Community Close-Up, I'm Jordan Rylance.
Can Do Canines is always looking for volunteers. For more information, go to their website or give them a call.